This program is dedicated to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, past, present, and future. Meet Keith Warren. As a 30-year veteran of the outdoor industry and devoted conservationist, the original Texas angler and outdoor television icon has hunted around the world and across America, showing you big game, educating outdoorsmen, and uniting all hunters. That's Keith Warren, and this is The High Road.
I almost don't even want to tell you where I am right now. And the reason why is because this has been a secret of mine for many, many years. I've been coming, I counted up the other day, this is the 6th year I've been here. And every year I come, I tell you about it. I do a show from here, but the reason why I don't want to really mention where I am now is because they've made so many improvements that I didn't know how they could have improved upon what they had, that now I know the secret's going to be out big time. I'm in Pennsylvania. I flew into State College, home of Penn State University, and I got picked up by Dave Griffith. I'm at Griffith Brothers Whitetail Ridge. It's just outside of Huntington, and this is a whitetail hunter's paradise. What I'm going to do right now is I come up here to rest and just get some relaxation, but I also come up here to hunt giant trophy class deer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to set up a game camera with a Magnum scrape dripper on a trail just to see what's coming in, and we'll come back tomorrow, we'll check the pictures. Let me show you how the setup works. The two primary scents that I use to attract deer are Trails N307 and Special Golden Estrus. Now, Special Golden Estrus is the most powerful deer urine you can use within 2 weeks prior to the main rut, all the way through the rut. But Trails N307 works prior to that. It also works during the rut real well and post-rut. But right now, it's the middle of October, pre-rut, we're going to use Trails N307. And the reason why the Magnum dripper works so well is that during the day, this will work, I mean, even if you're in Saskatchewan, Canada, where it's cold, what you wind up doing, I'll show you. We're going to open this dude up, and we're going to pour the entire contents into the bottle. Now we're going to put this, what I call a little pigtail cap on the Magnum dripper and tighten it up. Okay, each one of these comes with a little cord on it. And what we're going to do, we're going to hang it up on a limb. And the way this works is that during the heat of the day, okay, things expand when they get hot. As they expand, the air that's inside here is going to expand, and it's going to force urine down through this little pigtail, through this little tube, and it will drip slowly out the bottom during the day only. And at nighttime, when it cools, all of a sudden it's going to get smaller in size, so it is not going to let any urine out. So it works only during the daytime. We're going to hang this up as high as we can get it. You don't ever want it where a deer is actually touching this. You want it where he's looking up at it. What we're going to do now, we're just going to go in the woods and I'm going to show you the way I set it up. Typically, I wind up using some latex gloves, but I don't have any latex gloves with me, but that's okay, because I'm going to show you what I do in the event I don't have latex gloves. And you'll notice I'm wearing rubber boots. I don't ever want to walk into an area with regular boots on. I want to wear rubber boots simply just to minimize human odor. Now I'm going to go set up my game camera.
High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Gamma Precision Air Rifles, Glock, Record Rack, Oilfield Camo, and Heartcraft Hunting Products.
This is 6th year now that Keith's been hunting with us. It's really enjoyable having him up here. He isn't just necessarily somebody that comes here and just hunts. He's always become a personal friend of ours. Comes up here, enjoys himself. We enjoy spending time with him. Really hoping Keith has a good hunt this year and gets a big buck. Over the winter here, we did some renovations. We really made some different changes to the lodge, and I'm not sure if that was a really good thing, you know, when Keith comes here to hunt, because I think he likes a little too much. You know, he wants to stay here, relax, and he's sleeping in a lot.
Oh yeah. This is my kind of hunt right here. Cameraman went out first thing this morning, and he was sitting in the fog. He told me he didn't see much, which doesn't surprise me. For some reason, I don't know why, it seems like when I come over here, I have my best luck in the afternoon. You know, Griffith Brothers, this Whitetail Ridge piece of property is special because, I mean, I can kick back. I'm not worried about it at all. We're coming on a full moon. The next few days we'll have a full moon up. And so the deer are moving in the middle of the night, and they're also moving during the day. So we're gonna go get in the stand right now, see what happens. The reason why I wanna take it easy is because every once in a while, you just gotta take it easy. This morning I wound up actually sleeping in, like I said I was going to, just taking it easy. But my cameraman sat here, and this is an awesome spot. It's a good little food plot right on the edge of like a shelf going down into the little ravine here. The first year I came here, I shot a big buck right here. And it's typically for me been better in the evening, so we're gonna give her a whirl.
I'm really putting Keith in a lot of different blinds this year. Putting him in some tree stands, some box blinds. And I just want to get him out there and really see the variety of big bucks we have here this year.
I don't have a watch, but I know what time it is. It's lunchtime. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. See that little dude right there? That is the safety. It also has this safety. What I'm gonna do is slide that right in here, just like that. Take my arrow out and put it up. And the cool thing about this is I don't have to shoot an arrow to unload it. I can leave it cocked all day long, but I always want to use that mechanical safety. I'm gonna walk up back to the house and see if I can get something to eat.
Dominic Lettieri, Brooklyn, New York. Griffith Brothers Whitetail Ridge. And you're watching The High Road with Keith Warren.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Reconyx Game Cameras, Savage Arms, the Yukon Cold Lock by Igloo, Grizzly Cartridge Company, and Jarden Consumer Solutions, makers of the Game Saver. Off Power Polaris presents Viewer Feedback.
This one is from a guy we met last night. It was our pleasure to have met you at the Griffith Brothers Whitetail Deer Ranch. I've had the privilege of hunting with my dad since I was 9 years old. Needless to say, 38 years later, he's still my hunting partner. He hasn't stopped talking about the buck he shot this week and also keeps telling everyone that he met you and had dinner with you and your cameraman. Thanks for putting us in a segment in your show that you were filming. This was definitely a trip we'll always remember. We wish you continued success. Signed, Dominic Lettieri Jr. You know, I think it's pretty cool that you have the ability to reach out instantly. I mean, last night those folks left, and this morning I already got an email, and I just think it's pretty neat that we have the ability to instantly reach out and communicate with people. We can communicate positively or we can communicate negatively. It's our choice. But Dominic, it was great to meet you and your dad. And I'll tell you what, if y'all have a question or comment about the show out there, let us hear from you. I think that's pretty cool. Here's a couple of things about the crossbow that you need to be aware of. First off, the barrel, right here, the rail. Make sure it's nicely lubricated because there's so much friction created from the string sliding across. If it's not lubricated, it'll wear down your string right quick. Another thing is on the striker, it'll come with a cocking device like this, just a rope cocking device with a couple little hooks on it. The way that I like to cock it, and it's really, really simple. Take it and come across your recoil pad like that and come down and hook the little hooks like this onto the string, just like this. And then you square up the handle just like this, and you'll notice the hooks are pointing back and not forward. I like it back, and then I put my foot in the stirrup, and then all I wind up doing is pull straight back, just like that. Again, make sure that the rope cocking device is behind the recoil pad. It'll give you a whole lot more leverage and help you cock that crossbow a whole lot easier. If you know of a crossbow that has a better trigger than the Striker 380, I want to hear from you, because this dude right here is bad to the bone. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to load it up, and the trigger on it, it's a 3-pound trigger pull, and that's better than a lot of rifles on the market. So if you got a better trigger on a crossbow, let me hear from you. Now we're going to take a shot and just see what happens. It's just what I want to do right there. Now, one of the cool things about Pennsylvania is that crossbows are legal during archery season. You gotta think that's pretty progressive. There's a lot of states that think that crossbows should be, put off limits unless you're handicapped or whatever. And I'm a believer that if you hunt, I'm for you. Whether you hunt with a crossbow, you hunt with a compound, a recurve, a long-range rifle, a handgun, I could care less. As long as you're a hunter, I'm for you. This particular area overlooks a food plot. In Pennsylvania, had a ton of rain this year, and the food plot did not do well because they had actually too much rain and too many deer. Well, as you can see, it's not in real good shape, but it's good enough to get a bunch of deer in here. place this ever happens to me where I shake like this is right here, Griffith Brothers. Oh my gosh, that arrow blew through him. I was gonna take a shot, and then the tree was in front of me, and then limbs were in front of me, but we waited him out. And we're gonna give it a little bit. That was a big, pretty typical buck.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Striker Crossbows, Hoffpower Polaris, Burt Coyotes Luminoc and Lumen Arrows, Shadow Hunter, your total comfort hunting blind, Elevators, your easy way up, the new supercharged scent killer by Wildlife Research Center, beyond 99%, and BSA Optics.
Just check this deer out. There is absolutely no ground shrinkage here. That's the one thing that gets me. I mean, you sit up in a stand out here or one of the box blinds and you wind up seeing so many deer that actually it is almost desensitizes you to how big these deer are until you walk up and you put your hands on them. I mean, this guy right here is much bigger than what I thought. I mean, take a look. He's got everything. He's a mainframe 10-point. He's got a little kicker right here off his right brow tine. You can see a little bit of velvet still hanging off of him. Like I said earlier in the show, it's early in October and these deer really haven't even started to get aggressive towards one another until just during this trip. But look at this. This deer, I mean, he's got everything. You know, this is a wonderful place. This is my 6th year in a row to come here. Whether you're looking for rest and relaxation and kind of, you can camouflage that, calling it a deer hunt. But, or if you've got a corporate group, your family, I mean, it's a great place to bring your family. And you will, I'll promise you, see bigger deer than you've ever seen any place in your life, right up here at Griffith Brothers Whitetail Ridge. And you know what? You think that this right here tops off the end of a good day? When you come up here, at least for me, it doesn't, because I got something really important to do this evening. My little brother Jake, he's got some running around to do tonight. We're gonna go check in on it. If you're ever around Huntington, Pennsylvania, what a better way to spend the weekend, kind of kick back and relax and come watch my brother Jake at the dirt track. What happened there? Did somebody hit it? Right here? If you're like me and you're a workaholic and you love deer hunting and you need some rest and relaxation, you may want to think about coming to this place. This is where I come. We're at Griffith Brothers Whitetail Ridge, just outside of Huntington, Pennsylvania. And they've got some giant whitetails, some beautiful country. It's a wonderful place to come and recharge your batteries, do some hunting at the same time. Griffith Brothers Whitetail Ridge is one of the finest hunting preserves you'll ever come to. It's big, it's really big, and what I want to address is in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania's got around 1 million hunters, and a lot of that hunting is done on public land that those guys hunt, and they have about 8 to 9 acres per hunter. And I look at that and I think, geez, how difficult would that be as a public land hunter to actually take a deer, much less a nice deer. But when you come to places like this, like Whitetail Ridge, I've got the place all to myself right now. I mean, I've got hundreds and hundreds of acres to move around on, do what I want. And so I look at it and I think, talk about fair chase. I love it. I mean, I could be hunting in public land where I've got 8 to 9 acres, or I could be hunting where I have hundreds of acres. And that's the reason why I choose to hunt here, because I have hundreds of acres, great habitat, and they've got some gigantic deer.